Mike Jansen. You're listening to the Morning Sports Page. We'll be back tomorrow morning, but don't forget, we got Will Case and Trip Mitchell next on the AM Sports Page here on the American Sports Radio Network.
Clear skies and 58 degrees at a minute before 6 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Jack Callahan. Sports Radio 1220 WKNR News. Don Webster says it'll be sunny and mild again today. His color radar weather is coming up in just a few minutes from now. In the news, the verdict not guilty. The murder of a Shaker Heights teenager, Lisa Pruitt, remains unsolved after the jury found 21-year-old Kevin Young not guilty yesterday of that 1990 murder. Both students were students at Shaker Heights High School at the time of the killing. Prosecutors claimed that Young was infatuated with Pruitt, but she was interested in another boy. The defense was able to instill a reasonable doubt in the jury. More than 1,300 law enforcement officers and others from around Ohio have signed up to hear Attorney General Janet Reno doing a noontime speech in Ohio today. The occasion, the 1993 Conference on Law Enforcement, hosted by Ohio's Attorney General. In sports, the Tribe's streak is snapped. Jimmy Christopher with a 2020 ticker coming up at 6:10 on the home of the Cleveland Indians. Sports Radio 1220 WKNR Cleveland. It's 6 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Bill Whitney. Des Moines is taking a step toward recovery from the devastating floods. Deputy City Manager Rick Clark says partial water service is being restored nearly 2 weeks after the water treatment plant was swamped.
Maybe some of the areas of the city will begin to have at least sufficient water for fire protection purposes, which of course is the primary need right now.
Yesterday, officials had blamed a drop in pressure on people turning their taps prematurely. Now they say it was a broken water main, and that's been fixed. The forecast calls for more rain across much of the Midwest, which will put an additional strain on soggy levees along the Mississippi and Missouri rivers. Once the floodwaters recede, there will be new problems. Charlie Langford of the Jefferson City, Missouri Sanitation Department says decaying matter will raise quite a stench.
We've got such a large square acreage of land that's going to have an odor, depending on which way the breeze blows, is where your odor is going to come from.
The southeast remains bone dry. Farmers in that region are suffering through a midsummer drought, and Becky Walton of the South Carolina Agriculture Department says they're already using their winter hay.
Along about October, we're going to be in very, very, very big trouble.
South Carolina may soon call for voluntary water use restrictions in some areas. Republicans have mounted a drive for disclosure of confidential documents in the House Post Office scandal. Minority Leader Bob Michael says a resolution will be offered today calling for immediate release of all the material.
It's unfair, in our opinion, to the rest of the House to have us all serving under a cloud.
The cloud hovers most notably over Democratic Ways and Means Chairman Dan Rostenkowski. He's denied any wrongdoing, but sources tell CBS News that prosecutors are investigating as many as 11 current or former members of Congress who may have gotten cash from the House Post Office in exchange for stamps and vouchers. A jury in San Antonio has convicted former Congressman Albert Bustamante on influence peddling charges. He was found guilty of racketeering and accepting an illegal gift, a $35,000 bribe to help a food service company keep its contract with the Air Force. Bustamante lost his bid for re-election last year. Japan's prime minister has thrown in the towel, announcing that he'll step down as soon as the battered Liberal Democratic Party chooses a new leader. Steve Herman reports.
Prime Minister Kishi Miyazawa's resignation means that Japan is headed for uncharted political territory. Political consultant Yukio Okamoto says whatever the outcome, indecision is going to be a major result.
It's going to be quite unstable government with weakened political leadership.
That lack of leadership, the analysts say, will mean that tackling key international issues, such as the trade imbalance with the United States, will likely be overshadowed by the new government's struggle just to remain in power. Steve Herman for CBS News, Tokyo.
Investors are waiting to see how Japan's political situation plays out. There was little movement on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. The dollar had a tiny gain. In London, gold opened lower. This is CBS News.
I was on a business trip cruising. I figured I'd call and tell them the client's reaction to the presentation. I spotted a booth, so the rental and checked the sign on the phone to make sure it was AT&T. I dialed, but didn't hear AT&T. I knew I could be charged 2 to 3 times as much by some company I never heard of. So I hung up and dialed 10-ATT-0 and the number. It's an easy way to make sure I get AT&T. I reached my boss, who's usually pretty... But when I told him the good news, he sure changed his tune. So I asked him for a big... At first he was... But then he had a change of... So if you want to succeed in business, keep your client, which keeps your boss, which gets you more.
Money, money, money. Simple access to AT&T, all part of the iPlan.
TV5's Don Webster with WKNR's Color Radar weather for Chagrin Falls, Solon, and all of Greater Cleveland.
Good morning, everybody. We'll have mostly sunny skies today. It's going to be another great day with temperatures in the high 70s, close to 80 degrees, and winds will be light out of the north at 10. The outlook for tonight, clear and 55. For tomorrow, partly sunny, 80 degrees. It's going to start to warm up over the weekend. On Saturday, sunny with a high of 82. Sunday, partly cloudy. Pretty good chance of picking up some showers, maybe a thunder shower or two, and 85 degrees. And then Monday, partly cloudy and chance of thunder showers and a high of 88. With the WKNR Color Radar weather, this is Don Webster.
Partly cloudy skies, it's 57 at 6:05. I'm Jack Callahan, WKNR News.
The call letters to remember. WKNR. The frequency, AM 1220. All sports, all the time.
The train is slowed. The dream moves on.
Wake up. It's a great new morning with Tolo and Tapie.
Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
Good morning, Cleveland. It's 5 after 6. I'm Thor Cholo. My partner, Paul Tapie, is wearing a bright, flashy purple this morning.
The train is slowed,
It's Mr. Haney.
Oh, you're coming down through Petticoat Junction.
It's Uncle Joe. Thank you so much.
Yeah, would you do a little lawn sleeping last night again, Thor?
No,
We're talking about green acres here.
All over the place.
We're talking about at least 3 different front lawns, ain't we?
Always confused, Haney and Joe.
Tell us about this train,
Oh, man, the Indians train.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
7 to 2, 2 to 7. Doggone what happened. Anyway, they're 5 and 2 now.
I thought you were talking about hopping on the Cannonball Express with Billy Joe, Bobby Joe, and Betty Joe.
and
smoking Joe Frazier and Joe Garagiola and Curly Joe. Any Joe you want. I even have some Hojo to go.
You have Hojo to go?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Don't you remember Hojo to go?
She was an Olympic sprinter, right?
No, you could get it at Howard Johnson's.
Yeah, it's kind of like Country Kitchen, except they didn't have any big-ass sweet rolls.
that was Flo Joe. I'm sorry. What was I thinking?
Yeah, well, so what are you going to do for this show today, Thor?
Oh, it's incredible. Do you want me to run down the list?
Oh, give us the whole list.
We will be joined live by Cuyahoga County Sheriff Gerald McFall. All right? We'll have a visit from one of our beloved staff's fathers-in-law. And
what?
If that's not enough.
What?
You heard me. And
our beloved staff's father-in-law? That's our big guest for this morning?
No. Cuyahoga County Sheriff Gerald McFall will be our headliner. And our warm-up act.
Before we have the comedian from Hilarities?
Long before.
Great. We have Sheriff Gerald McFall as the warm-up act.
Let me just say one thing about Sheriff McFall, whom I met for the first time last evening. We're saddled up, and you know what I mean. What do you call that when you're up at a...
Bellied up?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, no, we had a good time over at a tiny little pub.
So in other words, yes, Sheriff Gerald McFall.
He will.
Your man friend?
No. Sheriff McFall, by the way, says hi. All right. He says hello, and secondly, is ready to talk about Gateway and stuff. Hey,
Point Billy! Point Billy, this is so exciting. Thor has another man friend, yes. A man with a badge, yes. Oh, this is so exciting. A pistol-packing...
You know what I mean. This is so exciting.
He'll also talk a little bit of politics and explain why sheriffs run for office as either Republicans or Democrats in a society where they are alleged and supposed and purported to hold up the laws set aside by the Supreme Court.
Well, having watched High Noon and Wyatt Earp and the Guns of Wilkes on it, and all those different shows, and the Rifleman,
Yeah.
Yes, I've always wanted to be deputized. Do you think he could do that?
He can do anything you'd like. I mean, he has a lot of. He's one of the most
exciting,
one of the most powerful men in the county. Tom.
Oh, this is so incredible, yeah.
Yeah?
I can't wait for this, Thor. This just sounds like such an exciting portion of your little bit of the show.
And it's all coming next
Hey,
hour.
Thor, the mailman isn't here yet, and I think he has your package of talent with him.
Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
Ouch. July 21st through the 24th, there's only one place you'll want to be. The 51st Annual Strongsville Homecoming, presented by the Strongsville Chamber of Commerce. Catch this schedule of events. On Wednesday, July 21st, the 1993 Homecoming officially opens at noon with the Homecoming Parade and rides all day. On Thursday, there's the Strongsville Elementary School Band Concert and a huge country music show featuring Del Rio. And don't forget the rides. Friday, July 23rd, rides, of course. And the Morning Star Show Band keeps you going all evening long. Then on Saturday, July 24th, the Morning Star Band reappears for plenty of music. And don't forget the rides. All days feature giveaway drawings for wonderful prices. So block your calendar now for a great weekend of events July 21st through the 24th. The 51st Annual Strongsville Homecoming. One big party you'll want to attend.
This 2020 ticker is brought to you by Sports Careers. Sign up now for the fall seminar in New York City. Browns training camp not even a week old, but the surprises continue to mount as Michael Dean Perry left the practice field yesterday after having words with Bill Belichick. According to reports, Perry has not commented about the incident, and Belichick said he and Perry will talk about it later. Scott Heeman belted his first Major League homer, drove in 5 as the A's ended the Tribe's 5-game winning streak with a 7-2 win at the stadium. You heard it on KNR. Bill Wirtz had a rocky outing for the Tribe in relief of Tommy Kramer, allowing 5 runs, 3 earned on 3 hits, including the Heeman homer, in less than 2 innings.
You realize that these days are going to happen, and I think it's important that when they do, you do try to learn from it what you can and apply it to the future, and that's what I'm hoping to do.
Elsewhere in the American League, Royals edged the Orioles 8-6 as the Mariners 10-3 over the Yankees. Angels got beat by the Red Sox and Roger Clemens 4-1. Twins 7-2 over the Tigers. Jays knocked off the White Sox 4-1. Phillies shut out the Dodgers 7-0 last night. Braves bombed the Cardinals 14-2 as the Astros 5-3 over the Pirates. Cubs had 4, Reds 1, Marlins 6-4 victors over the Rockies. Giants beat the Expos 4-3, and the Padres lost to the Mets 5-2. Bill Thurman Thomas agreed to a 4-year deal that will make him the highest-paid running back at $13.5 million. KNR 2020 ticker updated at 10:30 and 50 past the hour. I'm Jimmy Christopher, WKNR Sports.
Tolo and Tapie, Cleveland's great new morning. Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Jimmy C.
Alakazam.
Good thing Michael Dean has talent. Because any other dude that got into lip service with Belichick at a practice, no less, in the first week of camp would be gonzo.
This was yesterday afternoon. I was out there yesterday morning, but this occurred in the afternoon practice. Apparently they had words. Perry threw his hands up in the air and then left. Modell was watching from his cart nearby.
Oh, boy.
And he said that it's blown out of proportion. It's not that big of a story. He expects Perry back today.
Blown out of proportion.
He expects Perry back today.
That could be. That's probably the case. But how do you blow out of proportion your all-pro lineman tossing his arms in the air and walking out of camp?
Apparently Perry wasn't angry about the incident, but at least he wasn't yesterday.
He left. He walked out. He stormed out of practice and walked out. Whatever. He grinned. He smiled. He left. He backed out. It doesn't matter. The point is he was AWOL. That's unbelievable. Good thing he's got talent.
Oh, you want to get that door, Jimmy?
Hang on.
Sure, Paul.
It's a beautiful day in my neighborhood. It's a wonderful day in my neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor? Hi there, boys and girls. Welcome to Mr. Belichick's neighborhood.
What a neighborhood it is.
I think I'll go over to the closet now and put on my garbage bag. Hold a press conference.
What happened there with Michael Dean?
Can you say scumbag? Sure, I knew that you could. You say pain in my ass? Pain in my ass. Sure. I knew that you could.
Yeah.
This is how I get angry, boys and girls. I'm really mad. I'm really hot. I really feel cross this morning. In fact, I think I'll close practice just for the hell of it. Just because I heard Thor was coming with Jimmy Christopher later and was going to try to eat all the food.
With the sheriff.
So tomorrow, we'll start the day tomorrow with a run up Heartbreak Hill. Can you say coronary, boys and girls?
Cleveland's great new morning. Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
Spanning the globe, bringing you the weirdest in news, sports, and entertainment. 57 chilly degrees in Cleveland. This could only be Thor's Weird World on KNR.
Whoever wants to be crowned Miss America anyway, Howard? You better know how to put on makeup and do your hair, especially...
I heard it was your man friend, this sheriff of sorts.
Yeah. He will be referred to from now on as the sheriff of Cuyahoga County.
Not your man friend?
No, he's the sheriff of Cuyahoga County.
Hey,
we want him on the program live.
Do you remember the TV show You Asked For It?
Yeah?
You asked for it.
Hey, you better know how to put on your makeup and do your hair if you want to win this darn pageant known as Miss America in Atlantic City. For the first time in the pageant's 73-year history, Miss America hopefuls will have to apply their own makeup and style their own hair with no help. No longer will pricey makeup artists and hairstylists be allowed. The contest is also relaxing its dress code. Contestants will now be able to dress in evening wear, including pants, in addition to floor-length jeweled gowns. The changes... Yeah, they can wear pants.
Who wants to see Miss America in pants?
I can't imagine anyone. I'd rather
Roseanne Barr, yes.
I'd rather see them all without pants. The changes are aimed at updating the Miss America pageant and boosting the show's ratings. It's a battle between church and state up in Seattle. The Embassy of Heaven Church in Sublimity, Oregon has been issuing license plates.
Hold on. Yeah. Sublimity?
Sublimity, Oregon.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's Sublimity. It's been issuing license plates.
Stupid name.
That look a lot like the real ones, except for the word heaven, where a state's name usually goes. Seattle police have been told to issue tickets to cars bearing such heavenly plates covering up Oregon. But church pastor Paul Revere contends the plates are 100% valid. He says we're in the kingdom of heaven, a nation of God, and that the plates are done in God's authority. To prove his point, Revere has promised to send the Washington State Patrol a copy of Heaven's Motor Vehicle Code. And what can you expect? We broke this story a month and a half ago. People in River Falls, Wisconsin aren't that used to seeing celebrities. So with Joe Montana in town for football practice, residents are going crazy. They named a town after him in Montana called Joe Montana.
Are you serious?
Fans ring the Kansas City practice field every day to get a glimpse of their new quarterback. One man yelled, "We're not out here to watch some darn rookie. We're here to see Joe Montana," as the rookie Chip Hillary took his turn. Another time at a tavern, a lady snatched an empty beer can out of Montana's hand and stuffed it into her purse. And there's the River Falls Montana burger. It comes piled up with bacon and cheese. The star of all the attention says it's getting a little bit bizarre and he wants to go back to a normal lifestyle. If not, he'll make sure it does.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The whole 9 yards with Joe Montana. Another man friend of Thor's.
Oil your weapon.
In this, Thor's Weird World, all part of the Tolo and Tapie Porno Hour. This morning on Sports Radio at Sunrise, WKNR.
Sports Radio 1220 WGAR.
Hi, Greg Brinda here. Coming up Saturday, July 24th at Swings and Things, me, Jeff Sindelar, Peter Brown, and Bill Needle are going to compete in the Battle of the Big Mouths Cup. Starting at 2:30, we'll drive Grand Prix cars, bat against each other, play miniature golf, and eat lots of ice cream, all done in hot competitive spirit against each other. So join us at Swings and Things, 2:30 on Saturday, July 24th, for the Battle of the Big Mouths Cup. Swings and Things, 8501 Stearns Road, off of I-480.
The seasons are changing, and with that comes the daily question of what will the weather be? Hi, Don Webster here with the daily answer to your weather question. As you look to the sky, listen to Sports Radio 1220 WKNR for my very latest color radar weather forecasts. I'll be here Monday through Friday to make sure you have the complete word on what to wear, when to leave, and how to beat those bad weather blues. Stay ahead of Cleveland's changing weather with me, Don Webster, on Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
There's a new credo for automotive service at Sears. We call it Driven to Satisfy. It means every associate has one priority, to make certain you're satisfied. So when you need brakes or shocks, they'll go to extra lengths to give you a free inspection fast, to explain everything, and to have your car ready when promised. Come to Sears Tire and Auto Center. We think you'll like the way it feels to be with people who really are driven to satisfy.
When there's two down in the night, and 3 dogs, 2 beers, and a couple bags of peanuts working on an upset in your stomach.
Popcorn here.
How you gonna spell relief? ROLAIDS. For acid indigestion and heartburn, that's a big relief you can feel fast, because Rolaids absorbs 47 times its weight in excess stomach acid. So for millions, there's only one way to spell 100% relief.
ROLAIDS.
Rolaids spells relief. Use only as directed.
There's a lot of information in the world of sports.
Okay, I got a new
and the one man who has it all committed to memory.
Chiclets, the crunchy, chewy, candy-coated gum. I went to a genealogist, one of those guys who figures out your family tree, and he traced the name Chiclets all the way back to medieval France, where it meant something like happy chewing mouth. The point is, he could only find one family with that name. So, not only are these Chiclets people using my name, I'm a relative.
Chiclets. Everybody wants a piece. There's a lot of information in the world of sports, and the one man who has it all committed to memory is Professor Jeff Sindelar. Join the class Monday through Friday, 5 till 7 p.m. on Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
She's never shot a sheriff. She's Holly Copter with KNR Skyview Traffic. Good morning, Holly. How are you?
Oh, just fine. And how are you?
Oh, I'm doing great.
That's good.
Closed up shop last night with the Cuyahoga County Sheriff. How's that for name dropping? He'll be joining us in about 40
Pray
minutes.
tell, what were you doing there?
Doing where?
At the Cuyahoga County Sheriff.
No. I bumped into him on the west side last night.
Ah.
It was a small, private going-away little bash for a couple of close friends moving to San Antonio. All right?
Okay.
Does that interest you whatsoever? We caught the sheriff's ear by mentioning the state of Texas.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty soon he was talking about gunfights and corrals, so we had a good time. You'll hear all about it. He'll talk about anything from politics to George Forbes to his own sexual harassment case. It'll be coming up in 50 minutes from now here on Sports Radio during the 7 o'clock hour.
And kind of a twist for you, Thor.
Yeah, what's that?
On 77 northbound, they moved the barrels from the right lane to the left lane. So, yeah, that's certainly something to play with later this morning.
Why not?
Yeah, really. Let's play barrel chess. Oh, it's going to be one of those things. Interbelt northbound, some minor slowing as you cross the bridge and get to the downtown exits. On eastbound Detroit, we have a cement garbage barrel in the right lane before West 25th Street rolling around. Somebody apparently knocked it over, and there's garbage all over the place, so please keep your eyes open for that. This Skyview traffic report is service of 84 Lumber. It's summer closeout week at 84 Lumber. All wooden play sets and accessories are on sale now. Stop in and see the over 300 packages available at 84 Lumber. Helicopter WKNR Skyview traffic.
Hey gang, this is Jeff Sindelar, and I'm in Berea around the corner from the Cleveland Browns training camp. The big news is the Brown tag sale going on here at Cleveland's official one-price Chevy dealer, Merrick Chevy Geo. Now looking around Merrick's lot, I see that every car and truck, both new and used, has a Brown tag on it with prices that'll knock your socks off. Like including incentives. How about a brand new 1993 Chevy Beretta for as low as $10,995? That's just $10,995 for a Beretta loaded with air, stereo, airbag, tilt wheel, plus much more. Or how about a new Chevy CK pickup with your choice of free bed liner, a bed toolbox, or a tonneau cover, and no payment for 90 days. Now, if you live anywhere on the west side, it makes sense to check out Merrick's Brown Tag Sale. And while you're here, walk over to the Browns training camp. Merrick Chevy is on Front Street in Berea, just a mile from Hopkins Airport, and around the corner from the Browns training camp. Merrick Chevy is Cleveland's official one-price Chevy dealer. Don't miss this special sales event.
Tolo and Tapie. In the summertime when the weather is hot, you can stretch right up.
And you won't want to miss Cuyahoga County Sheriff Gerald McFall's views on the location, the site chosen for Gateway. He'll have a run-in with Tom Chema as well.
Great.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Thor Tolo.
I'm Paul Tapie, and time to go to the People's Court.
Oh.
Yes, and it's a stinking court system, too.
Yeah?
Especially in Los Angeles. Odor in the court. Odor in the court. Yes, Los Angeles County's court building has been shut down because of a sewer pipe break.
Yeah?
The sewage flooded the court's administrative offices and seeped into 2 parking garages where inmate holding cells are housed.
Wow.
Yeah. The mishap has turned law and order to law and disorder and already clogged justice system, if you'll pardon the pun. But the closed-down court system is good news for some. Jay Carter of Los Angeles yelled Yahoo after learning yesterday that his trial on a theft charge had been postponed because of the broken sewer pipe.
Wow.
He was especially happy since he had showed up to court an hour and a half late.
Good excuse.
Yes, and asleep at the switch. They're planning to sue his employers for reinstatement. The FAA suspended Rodney Tatum for 20 days. Seems the air traffic controller was caught sleeping so soundly on the job at the airport in West Palm Beach, Florida, circling pilots could not wake him. That's nice to know.
Yeah, that's...
And finally, let's go to Hawaii, where former Beatle George Harrison complained in a Hawaiian court yesterday he feels raped by neighbors traipsing by the house he built on Maui. Unaware when he bought the land, it included a right-of-way so people could get to the beach right through his backyard. He wants the pathway moved and says if he can't get his way in his privacy, he'll sell. Either that or he'll weep gently with his guitar. The People's Court here on KNR.
The Osgood File, sponsored in part by Prudential Real Estate. I'm Charles Osgood. The U.S. government has always been a bit schizophrenic when it comes to tobacco, trying with one hand to discourage people from smoking while subsidizing tobacco farmers with the other. Now the Environmental Protection Agency, which worries about air pollution, is saying that secondhand tobacco smoke, the kind you breathe in when somebody else is smoking, is responsible for 3,000 cancer deaths a year. Testifying before one congressional subcommittee yesterday, officials of the EPA were urging people to ban smoking in their own homes. Meanwhile, an agriculture subcommittee was hearing testimony from tobacco industry scientists saying the EPA's findings are, quote, a political figment of imagination, contrived to prove a preconceived point. Stand by.
A piece of property.
Not just any property, but yours. So you need a Prudential real estate agent who gets results. Plus one more thing.
Peace of mind.
The peace of mind that comes with working with quality agents who pay attention to details and have the strength of the Prudential behind them. So with peace of mind, you get something else.
A piece of the rock.
The Prudential Real Estate Affiliates. Rock solid in real estate.
Each company independently owned. Now there's an investing service that offers 200 no-load mutual funds with no transaction fees. Introducing the Mutual Fund One Source service from Charles Schwab. One call lets you choose from 200 well-known mutual funds and pay no loads and no transaction fees. You'll have one account and receive just one statement. Call Schwab's Mutual Fund One Source service at 1-800-2-NO-LOAD. That's 1-800-2-NO-LOAD. Prospectuses are available. 12B1 fees over 0.25% and other restrictions may apply.
The federal government has no legal authority to ban smoking in your home, but you do. It's your home, and the EPA thinks you ought to tell people there's no smoking in it, period. The agency, which until this year worried mostly about outdoor air pollution, has come to think that there is a real threat to the health of people who don't smoke in the secondhand smoke from the people who do. 3,000 cancer deaths a year and as many as 300,000 lower respiratory infections a year in infants and children, according to one agency report. The EPA's Science Advisory Board Chairman, Morton Lipman, stands by those numbers. He says, I don't think there's any doubt about the quantitative findings. Meanwhile, the scientists representing the tobacco industry are saying, wait a minute here. Dr. Leo Gorey, president of the International Society of Regulatory Toxicology and Pharmacology, is accusing the EPA of what he calls unwarranted assumptions, selective use of data, artful procedural manipulations, and the contrived illusion of mathematical precision. Several tobacco companies are challenging the EPA findings in a federal court suit in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Congressman Thomas Bliley, Republican of Virginia, says the Environmental Protection Agency reached its conclusions, quote, only by ignoring or discounting major studies and by deviating from generally accepted scientific standards. Well, tobacco is an important crop in Virginia. The congressman is doing what he's supposed to, which is to protect the interests of his constituents. Well, the EPA has some protecting to do, too. Protection being the agency's middle name. So in the executive, in the legislative, and even in the judicial branches of government, it seems the smoking wars are heating up. The Osgood File. Charles Osgood on the CBS Radio Network.
America's having a home sale. Good time to buy? Yeah. And Countrywide's low mortgage rates make home loans affordable. Better chance to qualify. In advance, by phone. America's home sale. On now. Call Countrywide first for a fast loan okay at 800-877-LOAN. 800-877-LOAN. I like it. Then call the movers. Equal housing lender.
The Osgood File, July 22nd, 1993.
This is Jerry Coleman, CBS Radio Sports. You're listening to Sports Radio AM 1220 WKNR, Cleveland.
It's 6:29. Good morning. I'm Jack Callahan at the WKNR Update Desk. The Vision 21 reform plan for the Cleveland schools has been approved by federal judge Frank Battisti. The murder of Lisa Pruitt remains unsolved with the not guilty verdict returned yesterday in the Kevin Young murder trial. And EMS paramedics will demonstrate outside Cleveland City Hall today, demanding safety equipment, which they say has been promised to them but not delivered. TV5's Don Webster has WKNR color radar weather for Warrensville Heights, Independence, and all of Greater Cleveland.
Good morning, everybody. We'll have another great day today with a high near 80 degrees, probably about 78 for a high. Winds out of the north at 10. We'll have mostly sunny skies. If you'd like to do a little bit of boating, winds out there in the lake will be, for the most part, out of the northwest, maybe a little bit out of the north. No more than about 10 knots, waves 1 to 3 feet, and the water temperature is 74 degrees. With the WKNR color radar weather, this is Don Webster.
Partly cloudy and 57 at 6:30. I'm Jack Callahan, WKNR News.
My mama taught me everything I know. That life's too short to wake up slow. If you really want to make it, got to grab every day and shake it. And mama says, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Now when I'm sleepy and I'm down, that aroma comes around. It pulls me out of my bed and makes me think of what mama said. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. No morning gets the best of me. Every day's an opportunity, 'cause Folgers gives me the start to do the things that warm my mama's heart. And the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. WKNR Sports Watch.
From the 2020 ticker, brought to you by me, Jimmy Christopher, Alakazam. Put the brakes, and it's also brought to you by Hornblowers. Catch the fireworks and a great meal at Cleveland's most unique eatery. That's Hornblowers. Put the brakes on the streak as the Tribe's 5-game winning scan came to a screeching halt in a 7-2 loss to the A's. 2 Tribe errors led to a 3-run 7th to put the game away for the A's. Bob Welch got the win in relief of Kelly Downs as the 2 allowed only 4 hits and a run in 7 innings. Other winners of the American League: Royals, Mariners, Red Sox, Twins, and Blue Jays. Newly acquired defensive tackle Jerry Ball remains day-to-day with a slight pull of the hamstring for the Browns. How slight is a pulled hamstring for a man that weighs over 320 pounds? Well, Ball isn't exactly looking to beat Carl Lewis in any events.
As soon as I can, get out there, I plan on being out there because I don't too much care about, the heel and not doing all that other stuff. I'm a football player. I'm not a track guy, so.
Elsewhere around the NFL, quarterback J.B. Brown signed a 2-year deal with the Dolphins for $2.5 million. 34th player taken in the draft, Demetrius Dubose of Notre Dame, signed for 3 years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Cowboys inked 2nd-round pick linebacker Darren Smith. And the Clippers selected Bob Weiss, the man who Lenny Wilkins replaced in Atlanta as their new head coach. KNR 2020 ticker updated at 10:30 and 50 past the hour. I'm Jimmy Christopher, WKNR Sports.
Tolo and Tapie, Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
Well, hi everybody. How you be this morning?
Mudflap Grant, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing just fine. How you doing, Thor? How you doing, Jimmy C? That's right. Well, I'm here to talk about sports all by myself without my man friend.
No man.
Thor will bring his in a little bit later on.
Yeah, sure.
He has a multitude, I understand.
Yeah.
So I understand what Jerry Ball pulled a hamstring out of what, a sub sandwich, and that's the problem there? That's what happened to Mama Cass, and she choked to death.
Yeah, my question, Flap, was how slight can a hamstring pull be for a guy who weighs well over 320 pounds?
Well, I don't know. But if he pulled anything more than his hamstring, he'd need a truss as big as the one they put on the Gateway Arena yesterday.
That was quite huge.
That's a big truss.
Yeah, it is. How big is it, Flap?
Well, it's kind of like Jerry Ball's jockstrap is kind of what it's like. It's 224 feet and 79 tons. That ought to hold it up.
That's huge.
That's right. My goodness. I don't know about any nylon mesh webbing involved in this here.
Yeah.
But those guys were done popping the rivets and putting that up at Gateway yesterday, so that's be cool. And I think they're going to put like, if it's like the convertible on my Monte Carlo, you know, it'll be like several different pieces of canvas with some duct tape and some plastic sheeting.
Right.
And that's the way the back of the convertible will look. Which is a good look. Yeah. That's right. Well, let's go out to Brown's training camp yesterday.
Okay. All right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Michael Dean.
Michael Dean Perry singing the blues again. Oh, my.
Humming the trestle.
That's right. In fact, we're going to go over to Michael's locker room. We got an exclusive interview with Michael.
Okay. All right.
Just after he talked to Bill Belichick. There goes the shoulder pads through the air. Yeah, there goes the helmet. Duck, Bernie, duck! Oh, there's an old ham sandwich.
Yeah, there goes an old helmet.
Jerry Ball says, you gonna eat that? Any Fritos?
Man, Michael Dean appears upset.
Yeah, just a little bit. My goodness. Oh, my. Well, as always, they'll work their differences out.
I wonder what the big to-do was.
I don't know.
The big to-do is Michael wants to freelance.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, don't all of us in the media. Not all of us can do Merrick Chevrolet commercials like Sindelar.
That's true.
or stand there with a tray with ice cream cones and pop and say, I love this place.
That's freelance.
Yeah, and get union minimum, too. Enough maybe to, like, cover your dues for the year.
Company car.
Yeah, what the hell? I guess I shouldn't complain because I only work 5 minutes a day on this radio station.
Yeah, you got a pretty
Don't
easy
I?
flap.
Well, Clarence K has been a pleasant surprise out at the training camp for the media and the coaches, although he's got his dossier of problems in Denver. So reporters expected something of an ogre. But that hasn't been the case.
Yes, ogre.
That's right.
Dossier.
Apparently, Kay is turning out to be a pleasant man who smiles a lot and answers all questions, even on touchy subjects, to the best of his ability.
Aye.
How do you like that? He seems to be a little bit surprised to be with the Browns. I didn't know this was going to happen to me. He said, I still have to get comfortable in my surroundings. The system is entirely different from Denver's. Well, he could have gone to the Giants then, couldn't he?
Yeah.
And then Coach Reeves is out there, and Lawrence Taylor is all real happy to be on the team now that Dan's there and everything. I don't even think Lawrence can understand half the thing that Dan says. Somehow Lawrence Taylor with a redneck coach just doesn't work for me.
No.
Well, and the Tribe last night made a couple of errors. Well, I just hurt them just a little bit. But you have to understand that with that three-guy pitching staff finally shut the Tribe down yesterday. Although Tommy Kramer did pitch pretty well. 7 innings, only gave up 1 run. So it's tonight. It's Jeff Mutis versus Bozio the Clown. And I didn't even know Bozio had made his return.
That's Chris Bozio.
My goodness, Tony LaRusso start anybody. Oh, that's Seattle.
Tonight at Seattle.
That's right.
Lou Piniella.
And tonight will be clear and pleasant and no TV, which is pleasant for all of us here.
Because you can tune it up to Herb's Store.
KNR.
Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
Sports Radio 1220 WKNR. Sports talk and information all day, every day. Northeast Ohio's most popular sports talk hosts. Greg Brinda, Peter Brown, Jeff Sindelar, Bill Needle. When you want the latest on any sporting event, there's only one place to turn with sports information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Let me repeat that. There's only one station that's all sports all the time. Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
It's the biggest appliance sale in America, the National Home Appliance Sale at Sears Brand Central. America's favorite brands are on sale. Kenmore, GE, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, all backed by America's largest retail service fleet. Like this Kenmore 3-level dishwasher with delay start option, just $299.99. It's our lowest price ever. Save $70 now through Saturday only. Get to the biggest appliance sale in America, the National Home Appliance Sale at Sears Brand Central. Prices may vary in Alaska, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico.
Now there's an investing service that offers 200 no-load mutual funds with no transaction fees. Introducing the Mutual Fund One Source service from Charles Schwab. One call lets you choose from 200 well-known mutual funds and pay no loads and no transaction fees. You'll have one account and receive just one statement. Call Schwab's Mutual Fund One Source service at 1-800-2-NO-LOAD. That's 1-800-2-NO-LOAD. Prospectuses are available. 12B1 fees over 0.25% and other restrictions may apply.
Mom, you should have seen the museum. It had these suits of armor the knights used to wear.
Wow.
But you know what? Those knight guys were all kind of short.
Those night guys didn't always eat right and have Flintstones vitamins to help them grow big and strong.
Boy, they must have had a hard time slaying dragons.
Flintstones, complete with the vitamins and minerals kids need and the great taste they love.
Hey, maybe dragons didn't get so big then either. And growing.
Go time!
I'm John Hart of the Cleveland Indians. Hear news about the tribe first on Sports Radio 1220 WKNR.
One of Marion Motley's closest friends, Sheriff Gerald McFall, in half an hour here on Sports Radio at Sunrise at 6:40, and time to check in on traffic with KNR's own Holly Copter. Good morning, Holly. How are you doing?
Good morning, Thor, and I just want to apologize to you and Paul. You know, ever since I came back from vacation, it seems like, where am I?
An obvious reference to my new game show on the morning.
Oh, is that the name of your new game show?
Yeah, Who Am I?
Oh, I thought it was Where Am I?
No, it's Who Am I, where we pick a celebrity who's no longer part of Cleveland lore. We give you a series of clues, and people dial up 578-1220 and guess who it is.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, we'll be doing it during the 8 o'clock hour this morning, though, due to Sheriff McFall's appearance.
And yesterday it was Van Waiters, and today it'll be...
It's a secret.
Oh, okay.
Don't give it away.
I'm sorry.
All right.
It's a secret.
Not that anyone's awake.
Well, anyway, as far as traffic is concerned, I'm having such a tough time getting into the swing of things here. On 77 northbound, it's already a bumper-to-bumper ride from Harvard getting through the construction barrels. And remember, they are not in the right lane anymore. They're in the left lane. Interbelt northbound, some slowing from Broadway as you work your way around the Carnegie Curve and get to the downtown exits. If you are traveling along eastbound Detroit, watch for a cement garbage barrel rolling around in the right lane before West 25th Street. This Skyview traffic report is service of GTE MobileNet. A cellular phone can't get you out of traffic, but it can get you out of a jam. A quick phone call lets people know you're running late. To sign up for GTE MobileNet service, call 328-1GTE. Helicopter WKNR Skyview traffic.
Get ready, Northeast Ohio. The Van Man is doing it again. The Van Man ordered his van buyers to Indiana, Georgia, and Tennessee to buy out the remaining inventories of 1993 Astro and full-size vans from a number of van builders. The buyers have returned home with over 100 luxury vans bought at huge year-end discounts. And going on now through Sunday, the Van Man is holding his once-a-year Vanorama sale, where he passes his volume savings on to you. Tim Lally Chevrolet, the home of the Van Man, has vans in stock built by Transair International, Choo Choo Customs, Cresslander, Sunhawk, Rocky Ridge, and Antique. The Van Man is also paying his salesmen on volume to guarantee you get the best bottom line deal. Don't miss the Van Man's once-a-year Vanorama Sell-Down going on now through Sunday at Tim Lally Chevrolet, 500 Broadway on the Bedford Auto Mile. Call 232-2000 for sale hours.
Tolo and Tapie. Every now and then we hear on soil.
What better a time than 6:43 a.m. to take advantage of our Canex America fax line at 526-1993. The number once more, 526-1993. You got anything you want to let us know, anything you want to share with us, questions for the sheriff, use the Canex America fax line, 526-1993. Good morning, everyone.
Hi. Thor, Don Webster's KNR Color Radar weather for you ball fans. Okay, mostly sunny today, high 79. Tonight down at the ball yard, 55 degrees and clear skies and partly buggy, partly sunny tomorrow. Friday's high 80. I went to one of my son's
That's right,
baseball games the other night.
Playing a lot, yeah.
You kind of forget, if the sun's going to go down before the game's over, to bring the mosquito repellent. All that seeming furor and applause from our side of the stands for our team was actually maybe a chance of thunderstorms for Sunday, 85. 57 right now. Let's take a look at what's on our TV talk shows today, guys.
Oh, my.
Just before we get to Jim Taylor and TV Tonight, we have on Geraldo, women who sell their own babies for crack. That's nice. On Donahue, millionaire bachelors. Oprah Winfrey has secrets uncovered after death. Sally Jesse has women who blame their dads for their problems. Jerry Springer has moms and street gangs. I guess this is, the antithesis of, say, Mrs. Cleaver and, Donna Reed.
Big opposite.
On the home show, they have speed cleaning.
Yeah.
They have, let's see, Oprah Winfrey, secrets of dead spouses. That's real good.
Yeah.
And finally, on Eye to Eye with Connie Chung at 9 tonight, it's cheating on drug tests, or in Connie's case, pregnancy tests. Get her a baby. So it's time for TV Tonight. Super producer Jim Taylor with some trivia for us and what's on for you.
This edition of TV Tonight is brought to you by Cablevision. To order Cablevision, phone 663-3700 or 1-800-CABLE-ME. It's TV night at the movies, as on Cinemax tonight. Comic Soul action continues in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, with In Living Colors Keenan Ivory Wayans and David Allen Greer and Damon Wayans and Kim Wayans and any other thing named Wayans. Along with Bernie Casey, Jim Brown, and Anne-Marie Johnson. Now, Anne-Marie will join In Living Color this year, coming in the fall. But in what other movie did she and Keenan Ivory Wayans work together? Wow.
Good question. Good question.
While you think about it, on WUAB, an enemy comes back to haunt Kirk in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. On the Disney Channel, a minor league pitcher dreams of the majors in pastime. And on Showtime, it's Chantilly Lace.
Police Academy, duh.
No.
Police Academy 2.
Most people don't think of Keenan Ivory Wayans as being in this film. No, this particular film. That's because he really wasn't the star, although he co-wrote the script.
Was it a Spike Lee movie?
No.
John Singleton
Another
movie?
black director. Not John Singleton. Not Spike Lee. A much more funny black director. A movie made on credit cards.
Flip Wilson. No?
On movie made on credit cards.
Matter of fact, this black director is going to have a movie coming out this summer.
Eddie Murphy?
No, he was a comedian like Eddie Murphy, though.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
What are the initials of the black
Martin?
comedian?
The author of the movie and the director of the movie that Keenan Ivory Wayans co-wrote and appeared in with Anne-Marie Johnston had the initials RT.
T.
Richard Thomas is white. The Waltons.
Oh, man.
Rufus.
Oh, wow, I don't know.
Pete of The Who is not his cousin.
What?
Roger Townsend.
Robert.
Robert Townsend.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Trading places.
So the movie, the movie would then be
I don't know.
Hollywood Shuffle.
Oh, man.
Never heard of it.
Come on,
Good movie.
Thor.
You'll have to see it.
Never heard of it.
Well,
I did see the other one with Jim Brown in it, though.
I'm going to get you, sucker. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Jim Brown was pretty funny in that.
Surprisingly enough.
And he
Didn't throw anybody
No, he
anywhere.
didn't throw anybody off any balcony, but it was still good.
That's TV Tonight. I'm Jim Taylor for AM 1220. I thought to save you the trouble there, Thor. First WKNR.
Tune into Headline News for quick, concise reports of the latest national and international news, along with business, weather, sports, and lifestyle reports. The 30-minute news format has made Headline News the network of choice for today's busy, upscale young professionals. It's the one source viewers know they can always turn to for comprehensive, continuously updated news coverage any time of the day or night. To order cable TV, call Cablevision today at 663-3700.
Sports Radio 1220 WKNR. Blue Team Magazine, fashion trends, the current scene, travel plans, treasures found. All your reasons, Parmatown Mall.
Take the challenge this weekend at Parmatown Mall. The CBS Sports Challenge returns so that all of you armchair spectators can take your best shot at hitting the long ball, winning the checkered flag, making that clutch basket, sinking a putt, or throwing a touchdown pass. Step into the sportscaster's booth and take home a free video of yourself. And the challenge for the little ones will be taste testing Lifesaver's newest candy, Gummy Savers. Visit the Gummy Savers Tropical Hut, located in JCPenney Fountain Court area, for coupons and a chance to win a $250 Parmatown Mall shopping spree. Bring the whole family to Parmatown Mall this weekend, July 23rd through the 25th, to take the challenge.
All your reasons, Parmatown Mall.
Just when you thought it was safe to watch the Discovery Channel, they're back. For the 6th year in a row, Discovery puts the bite back in television. It's Shark Week 93. What is it about these mysterious creatures that keeps people coming back for more? See for yourself as Discovery takes you from the Hawaiian Islands to the land down under for an in-your-face look at sharks as you've never seen them before. The great white shark is in danger of disappearing. So are your fingernails. Because if we brought you any closer, you'd be bait. The event you've been waiting for since 92. Shark Week 93. Beginning tonight at 10. Only on the Discovery Channel. It's the next worst thing to being there.
Watch Shark Week on Cablevision Channel 10 tonight through Sunday. To order cable, call Cablevision at 1-800-CABLE-MEET today.
This 2020 ticker brought to you by Tim Lally Chevrolet. If you shop elsewhere, you'll either pay too much or you won't get enough. Tom Kramer looked mighty fine in 6 innings of work for the Tribe, allowing only a run and 6 hits last night. However, the Indians could not solve Kelly Downs and Bob Welch, and the bullpen fell apart in a 7-2 loss to the A's at the stadium. You heard it on KNR. Tribe's 5-game winning streak ended with their 3rd loss at home in 17 games as Mike Hargrove liked the effort by Kramer.
He was very nervous when the game started, and pumped up, obviously, and overthrew some fastballs and got him up out of the zone. But he made pitches. He settled down and threw strikes and pitched ahead and threw some nice changeups.
Blue Jays took care of the White Sox 4-1. It was the Twins 7-2 winners over the Tigers. Red Sox knocked off the Angels 4-1. Mariners bombed the Yanks 10-3. They had 3 homers in that one as the Royals took care of the Orioles 8-6. Mets 5-2 over the Pods. Giants beat the Expos 4-3. Marlins took care of the Rockies 6-4 as the Cubs 4-1 over the Reds. Astros down the Pirates 5-3. Braves 14-2 over the Cardinals. And Tommy Green of the Phillies shut out the Dodgers 7-0. LA Lakers said adios to guard Byron Scott. They will not sign the 10-year vet who helped them to 3 NBA championships. And Hornets forward Larry Johnson will spend 4 to 6 weeks in rehab for treatment of a herniated disc. KNR 2020 ticker updated at 10:30 and 50 past the hour. I'm Jimmy Christopher, WKNR Sports.
AM 1220, Tolo and Tapie, Sports Radio, WKNR.
Hearty round of thank yous to Bob Dolgan on page 6G. Make that 7G, as in girl to the plain dealer. as he once again acknowledges the up-and-coming brand-new morning of Sports Radio WKNR at sunrise. Thanks to Bob. It's 6:52. I'm Thor Cholo.
You are, Thor.
Yes, how are you, Paul?
I'm good. You got that same frog in your throat you had yesterday.
Oh, no, that frog got lubed up a little last night.
Is that the same frog that's going to show up in Mutual of Thor's Wild Kingdom a little bit later on?
Certainly will.
Uh-huh.
And we're T-minus 20 to Cuyahoga County Sheriff Gerald McFall. It's probably the most ballyhooed promoted
guest
guest
spiffed
appearance.
again.
No, he's calling us.
Is he on the Matthew and Gunnar Nelson
circuit?
No,
I've got his home phone right here in my left hand, and I have the. It's so funny. And I also have it's on a napkin. All right, relax. And on my right hand, I met a woman named Patience last night. No kidding. Her name was Patience. Honest to God. And
any woman you met would have to be named Patience.
You see, when she dies and goes to heaven, you might say the Lord will have patience. It's 6:53 now. It's a minute.
Later on, too, on the program, ladies and gentlemen, Thor will show us his entire phone listing book that he has in his house, which is just a folder filled with cocktail napkins.
Boy, I'll tell you what, though, it's living the good life. Hi. Hey, you wanted more guests on the show. You didn't say how.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Coach. How you doing, man?
How ironic this morning that we talk about a brand new cable channel.
What's that channel,
It's called the Recovery Channel.
Not the Discovery Channel. The Recovery.
You want to know something, Thor?
Yeah. What's wrong?
Couch isn't making this up.
Really?
There really is going to be a 24-hour recovery channel.
You got to be joking.
No, I'm not joking. For people who are recovering from various addictions.
Oh, that's right. But, of course, they have some shows on there they haven't even programmed yet that even they missed.
For instance.
Oh, well, new on the Recovery Channel, Bob Welch is the designated driver when he gives Lenny Dykstra a lift to rehab in a car the treatment center provided for them in Betty Ford Fairlane. You won't want to miss that. Then Kathleen Turner plays a novelist who finds herself in the jungle of New York and in love, not with Michael Douglas this time, but Yankees pitcher Steve Howe in Romancing the Stoned.
Okay.
You want to miss that.
Get out.
And finally, on the Recovery Channel,
yes, sir.
A senator from Massachusetts is seen bar hopping again with a couple of his nephews he's looking after, and if their parents found out, no doubt they'd be upset in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Ted. I'm the Couch Potato, and that's my report for AM 1220 WKNR.
And now, here's Johnny.
Good morning, Thor.
Good morning, Johnny.
Good morning, Ed. I come with my Stump the Morning Man question.
Oh, my.
Here's the answer. You must come up with a question. Now, the answer today is Michael Dean himself and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
Michael Dean himself and the Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
And the question is, who says Perry shouldn't be working?
Not guilty verdict, partly cloudy skies and 57 degrees at 6:56. Good morning, I'm Jack Callahan. Sports Radio 1220 WKNR News. Don Webster says sunny and mild again today. His color radar weather's coming up in just a few minutes from now. For the Thursday morning rush hour, KNR Skyview traffic, here's Holly Copter.
Unfortunately, we've got a couple of problems on 77 northbound. First of all, a 3-car accident in the right center lane near Fleet has stop-and-go traffic from Grant. Also, the barrels have been moved to the left lane this morning, so please keep that in mind if you are traveling along 77 northbound. Interbelt northbound, some slowing right now from the 7190 merge as you make your way to the downtown exits. And on eastbound Detroit, there is a cement garbage barrel blocking the right lane before West 25th Street. Hollycopter WKNR Skyview traffic.
In the news, the verdict in the Kevin Young murder trial is not guilty. The jury returned its decision yesterday afternoon after about 10 hours of deliberations. Young appeared stunned at first and then gave his attorney a bear hug. The murder of 16-year-old Lisa Pruitt nearly 3 years ago in Shaker remains unsolved, and Lisa's parents say they now believe it'll stay that way. Through their attorney, Gary and Lynette Pruitt say it's clear to them that no one will be called to account for Lisa's murder. They are about to move to California. What's next for Kevin Young? He says he'll return to college. His attorney says they may consider a lawsuit against authorities. More in a moment. WKNR News Time is 6:57.
Get ready, Northeast Ohio. The Van Man is doing it again. The Van Man ordered his van buyers to Indiana, Georgia, and Tennessee to buy out the remaining inventories of 1993 Astro and full-size vans from a number of van builders. The buyers have returned home with over 100 luxury vans bought at huge year-end discounts. And going on now through Sunday, the Van Man is holding his once-a-year Van-O-Rama sale, where he passes his volume savings on to you. Tim Lally Chevrolet, the home of the Van Man, has vans in stock built by Transair International, Choo Choo Customs, Cresslander, Sunhawk, Rocky Ridge, and Vantique. The Van Man is also paying his salesmen on volume to guarantee you get the best bottom line deal. Don't miss the Van Man's once-a-year Van-O-Rama sell-down going on now through Sunday at Tim Lally Chevrolet, 500 Broadway on the Bedford Auto Mile. Call 232-2000 for sale hours.
The Vision 21 reform plan for the Cleveland Public Schools has cleared its biggest hurdle. Federal Judge Frank Battisti. He's approved the plan, which will give students and their parents more decisions into what school to attend and what to study. The plan will go into effect in September. The 2-year-old toddler who fell into a swimming pool Saturday in Chardon has now died. William Herman IV declared dead yesterday morning at Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. Some of his organs have been donated to other small kids for transplant. Authorities say the pool that he fell into was built without a permit and did not have the fence required by law that would have saved him. A boy from Washington State visiting his grandmother in North Ridgeville drowned yesterday at Wildwood Park. Governor Voinovich has signed the workers' compensation reform bill approved by state lawmakers night before last. The governor says he's concerned the new law streamlining the workers' comp system will not be put into place effectively. Bill's now been introduced in Columbus that would give crime victims in Ohio more information about their assailants. Members of a panel called the Ohio Criminal Sentencing Commission talked about their proposal yesterday. Sharon Boyer, whose son Kevin was shot to death in September of 1990, represented crime victims to say that if the victims can't be actively involved in the process, the right to be informed about what happened is crucial. There will not be 43